It's 1:15 a.m. on Saturday night on Darlinghurst Road. The streets are silent with a mere 30 people on the main road. 12 months after strict lockouts were introduced, King's Cross is no longer a party hotspot for younger people. The Baird government claims the lockout laws have achieved their goal in reducing assaults in King's Cross. But are the lockout laws actually working?
Well, they've come down in King's Cross by about 25%, by about 40%. They've come down in the Sydney CBD entertainment district by about 20-25%.
Don Weatherburn, Director of the Bureau of Crime Statistics and Research, notes that assaults have had a significant reduction, but to a degree, this correlates with the number of people visiting the precinct.
I think there's not much doubt that the number of people, as I said earlier, going to King's Cross has dropped. We know that because we had a look at the train journeys that are being taken to King's Cross, and there's been a big reduction there. So, as I say, I'm pretty confident there are fewer people going to King's Cross. I'm less certain about that for Sydney CBD.
A City of Sydney report has found that fewer people are staying out late at night in the Sydney CBD and surrounding precincts. At 4 a.m, foot traffic was down by about 800 people apiece in King's Cross and Oxford Street, just over 80% on 2012 figures. At 11 p.m. on the Friday, the study counted 2,000 fewer pedestrians in the cross, a decrease of 58%.
Yeah, we've seen a decrease in the number of emergency department presentations, but we've also seen a decrease in the foot traffic. So a basic look at that data of emergency department presentations combined with the foot traffic data has indicated that at certain times later in the evening, you are more likely than you were pre the lockouts to the rate of assaults has actually increased slightly.
The study suggests the 1:30 a.m. lockout and 3 a.m. last drink laws have reduced the number of late-night revellers on the city streets while contributing to an ongoing decrease in violence and drunken antics. World Bar booking manager Dom O'Connor believes the laws have done nothing to curb the problem.
I think it's like the worst solution you could imagine. I think that instead of actually cutting out all the violence, it's just sort of shifted it to Newtown and surrounding areas like that. And I think that it hasn't done anything to curb this issue with masculinity in Australia, which I think is the real cause of it.
The City of Sydney report claims areas outside the lockout laws, such as Newtown, had a significant increase in foot traffic. Newtown had a 204% increase in peak numbers at 12 a.m. on a Saturday night, with over 1,700 pedestrians at one point. So wouldn't that mean assaults would increase?
No, they haven't increased outside the lockout zone. There may be some little town somewhere where they've gone up, but across the state as a whole, there's been no increase in non-domestic assaults. There's been an increase in some domestic assaults in some locations, but no increase anywhere else in non-domestic assaults.
I think they've completely decimated the area in terms of being a nightclub precinct. I think you just have to look around on a Friday or Saturday night to see that. At the same time, as negative as they have been, I kind of think it's almost mobilised people because it's really given us something to fight against, and the last thing that I want to do is present it all as doom and gloom.
The lockout laws have only succeeded in reducing violence by reducing the number of people frequenting the city's primary night spots. Premier Mike Baird may be achieving his primary goal, to reduce assaults in King's Cross, but only by deterring the people with burdensome regulation. King's Cross has become a ghost town and left in the dark to fight for its life. Michael Dilenato reporting.